A happy new year to all your viewers of Power Circuit. Welcome to the new year of 2023. Aman Sharma with Pallavi Ghosh, and today we are at the PradhanMantri Sangharalya, the new museum which was opened last year, I think, by the
Yeah.
PM Narendra Modi himself, and has seen record number of visitors since people coming here to watch this magnificent building here in Teen Murti Bhavan. Uh, but we are starting off this year with a very gruesome kind of a news which came from Delhi, the death of this 20-year-old girl, Anjali Singh, in very, very, horrific circumstances in Delhi, which has again brought to fore the larger issue of women's safety in Delhi. Delhi is known as, infamously known as very, very being very unsafe for women. And this incident, Pallavi, in a way, the Nirbhaya case earlier, and a decade later, it seems nothing much has changed in Delhi, has it?
Yeah, nothing much has changed. And frankly speaking, as a woman myself, I sometimes, when because our job is such where we travel very late into a night, we don't feel completely safe because there are those blind spots, and which I mean, the postmortem details which were accessed by News18.com also shows the brutal way she actually died. Just goes on to show that despite all that chatter, all that commitment and talk, nothing really much changes on the ground. CCTV cameras, alert, police patrolling, all of that. Perhaps they could have saved Anjali.
And this ironically happened on the night of New Year's, when the
Mm.
police presence should be higher.
Yes.
And what we are learning now actually is that the area which it happened is bit of an outer Delhi. The police patrolling was not there, and maybe the patrolling was diverted to the main
No,
city,
and
the
yeah, and
central
the focus
parts.
seems to be on India Gate and Central Delhi more. No one understands that, at the end of the day, there are lots of people who are coming from here, traveling, going back home after celebrating the New Year's, which are the dark spots.
Exactly. I think women's safety also, even now, if we hear the anecdotal experiences from women, if you're on a two-wheeler late at night, invariably you stand the chance of being eve teased or, sexually harassed on the way. Some people may
But
make
it happens in the
catcalls
daytime
in the
also.
daytime as well. Yeah. So in a way, the city remains unsafe, and the
Hmm.
lack of police presence, and as the details of this case have emerged, that the car was driven over 10 to 12, 15 kilometers with the girl, and there was no PCR van on
And
the
how
way.
painful it
And
must have been.
people are seeing that and calling up the PCR, but still the PCR van could not reach. Even those kind of reports have come in, so it looks very, very concerning. Especially and I think Delhi police needs to take lessons from this and improve the city's image as such, because this is not just a national or a Delhi news. This news has traveled internationally. People are aghast at the kind of crime which has happened. Just a hit and run, but then after
Hmm.
that, to dragging, and police not even saying that maybe the people in the car were aware that such a thing had happened, or were they
Yeah,
not
I'm
aware?
sure they were feeling that there's something. I mean, I hate to use this word, that something is stuck there, it's uncomfortable. And I only hope this doesn't get captured or mired in politics. This is something which is a wake up call for everyone. Gender
Absolutely,
sensitization for the men, for the cops, for the governments, and those who are in
absolutely.
charge of our security.
Absolutely, and I think the crimes, like first we had the Shraddha case last year,
Mm.
and now this case, again highlighting that women safety, lot more needs to be done in the national capital, because and this tug of war as such, half blaming
Yeah.
the center. These kind of tug of war doesn't really help anybody, and we need
Yeah.
to actually crack down on such
Especially
cases.
in a country which is increasingly showing examples of women empowerment.
Yeah.
You expect women to step out and perform and do things which they never done before, and then we don't know whether we are safe doing what we were doing.
I mean, in this case, the role of the friend also is very questionable. She,
Yeah.
the girl who is being now giving interviews to every media channel saying that she was with Anjali, but then she didn't report it to the police. I think we should choose our friends better also.
Yeah, yeah,
In
we should,
such
we should.
crisis,
I'm a good
somebody's
friend in you. It's okay.
deserting, a person and not even reporting it to the police. Maybe
Hmm.
if she had
Maybe she could
life,
have been saved.
maybe she could have been saved. So these kind of things also, after the Nirbhaya case, again now this case
Hmm.
shows that um, all of these matters are there. But moving on, I think on the new years and new political developments also, because since this is a lot about politics also, the Pallavi, I think Bharat Jodo Yatra now is
Yeah.
in UP. It goes on to Punjab, and then finally
Punjab.
it ends in Srinagar on, I think,
Which
5th of
interesting,
January.
he's not unfurling the national flag on 26th, as was the initial plan, because I know they had told us that it's going to end on 26th at the Lal Chowk.
Hmm.
Clearly, there are security concerns, and I'm told
Yeah.
that at the local level in Srinagar, there was this request which was given by the LG also to Mr.
Hmm.
Venugopal when he went there, please don't do it on 26th,
Hmm.
because you've made security a big issue, and
Yeah.
therefore, so they're going to do it on 30th. That day has also been chosen very carefully, the Gandhi,
Hmm.
in memory of Mahatma Gandhi. So, yeah, I mean, the Bharat Jodo Yatra. Is the BJP worried about?
Well, I don't know. I like that. That's a good question that I would, if you want to ask to BJP leaders, is BJP, I would say, is BJP wary of this Rahul Gandhi 2.0 version?
Hmm.
No, because I think Pallavi, over the years till this Bharat Jodo Yatra began, BJP was more comfortable with Rahul Gandhi being the face of the Congress because they knew how to counter him. That was a text playbook was, the textbook was very clear. Well, how do you attack him? You attack him on the issue of, being a non-serious politician. You attack him on the issue of the Pappu image in a
Hmm.
way that got stuck
A
to
lazy Rahul
a
Gandhi
lazy
suits
Rahul
it
Gandhi
well.
who doesn't really take responsibility, who doesn't really is there in when the the parliament session is there, he's not there. That kind of a image they try to stick to him. But now this image of this new person who's walked the length of the country, uh, made noises against the
And who
government.
didn't go on his New Year holiday.
Yeah, it didn't go anywhere
Because see,
on.
and very interesting, Aman, because I saw that many of the Congress supporters, very not so discreetly, they started putting out these pictures on the social media timeline. His random going to a
Yeah.
eatery in Vasant Kunj or going to Khan Market. We know why they were trying doing that. For someone who's so reticent and he doesn't like these pictures to be put out, he deliberately wanted these pictures to be put out, and he did make a reference to that in his Delhi press conference
Hmm.
to show that okay, he is here, he's not gone on his holiday.
Yeah, so I think is BJP wary of it is a good question to ask in the new year. Is BJP wary of this Rahul Gandhi 2.0? But I can think again when people like Kamal Nath and Bhupesh Baghel now
Hmm.
say that he is the PM face again, BJP again feels okay. It's the same thing, and they're going to project him as a PM face against somebody like a Narendra Modi. So what chance does the Congress stand in that? So Rahul Gandhi at that press conference didn't rubbish that idea almost.
He didn't rubbish. In fact, he said कि 30th के बाद I will see what political benefits can come out of the yatra.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to be the PM? I'm sure even a Rahul Gandhi who wants to project himself as a reluctant politician would want to be. But I think the game is not just 2024 because that's too close by. I think the game is also beyond that. 2029, age on his side. Then they are hoping that things change in the BJP. So why not?
So you think Congress is prepared for a loss in 2024
I
also?
think they see openly कोई तो नहीं बोलेगा, but I think they reconcile to the idea that it may not be a win-win for them. I mean, they are quite hopeful to at least better the performance of the last Lok Sabha
There
election.
is also this talk of the larger opposition unity taking shape in
मुझे तो मुश्किल ही लग
2023,
रहा है.
where everybody and Congress contests limited number of seats, and then
Yeah.
it leaves it for the regional partners to contest. But I think it was also rubbish by the Congress that there is no such plan that
Yeah.
we'll only contest 200 seats or something. I think
No, because
Jairam
I
Ramesh said
remember at
it.
the press conference itself, and later on also, Mr. Venugopal went on to say that we can do business with opposition which understands the Congress party, which means gives us the seats that we want. Now, I mean, you heard what Akhilesh Yadav had to say. Very
Yeah.
strong words, saying that BJP or Congress एक ही है. So I think it's very clear. Why would a Samajwadi Party want to show itself to be a part of the yatra, and its vote bank will be that anti-BJP, anti-Congress?
That is what also happened in the 2019 election, if you remember. The same way, same theory was floated that Congress should leave seats for regional parties like the Prashant Kishore formula, where everybody speaks about that. Congress should contest only a specific number of strong seats and let parties which are stronger in their states contest the lion's share of seats. But obviously, Congress has its own ambitions and it wants
Yeah,
to be the
it's a
largest.
catch-22 situation. You
Yeah,
want the opposition unity, but you can't give it up to the opposition also.
exactly. And I think that actually ends up as a win-win for the BJP in the end, because
Yeah.
in the end, it's a fragmented opposition, and BJP with the force of Mr. Narendra Modi, and we have 9 state elections this year, where BJP is going to go very strong. In fact, BJP is now holding its national executive later this month, and already
In
Mr.
Delhi?
In Delhi, and Mr.
Wow.
Nadda and Mr. Amit Shah are touring a dozen states each.
Wow.
Starting from the BJP is on its own yatra, which is actually the kind of an electoral yatra in contrast to the Bharat Jodo yatra.
See, so that's the good thing. I mean, the BJP is at least open about the fact that the yatra is political. The Congress party maintains that the yatra is not political, but obviously the cadre would want to know कि इसके political benefits हमारे लिए क्या होंगे.
Yeah, in a way, yeah, that is because in politics, nothing is just for ideology. People also want to go and derive some electoral benefit out of it. So the state sees pass. I think the test would be maybe in a state like Karnataka and May. That
Yeah.
Karnataka is the state where Congress is strong organizationally, but can it pull off a win? So I think that would be important, and we'll have much more this year to talk about it. There are enough state elections, Pallavi, this year.
And a cabinet reshuffle possibly before we wind up very quickly. It's going to
Yeah,
happen.
so it's an evergreen story. It's cabinet reshuffle happening this
Only
month.
2 people know.
Only 2 people know. Those 2 are not us, clearly.
But before we wind up, really, Aman and I, we really want to thank all our viewers. Our year-end special, Aman, got a very good response. Do keep on watching us.
Thank you so much for watching. And the cabinet shuffle happening or not, we don't know. But yeah, it is on the cards. It happens this month. It happens in March or April. Something's going to happen before the next election, definitely. Mr. Modi will reshuffle his cabinet once.
And
Thank
we'll
you.
get you all the details on that.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.